Secretary Clinton, dear Hillary, ladies and gentlemen, let me take you back to the spring of 1969, to Wellesley, a women's college 30 minutes from Boston, where a 21-year-old student with thick glasses and great talent was about to give a speech on her graduation day. No student at her college had ever done that, but she and her classmates had convinced the college administration that it was the right thing to do. That 20-year-old student who would one day become her country's Secretary of State, one of the most respected stateswomen in the world, was you. When you stepped onto the stage, you told the audience why you disagreed with Senator Brooke, respectfully, but in crystal clear words. A young woman openly challenging an established senator. That was a small scandal back then. But you were not just speaking up for yourself. You were using your voice to speak on behalf of your fellow students, 400 women. It was this spirit that has marked your whole career. You have shown entire generations of women and girls that they don't have to be silent when men try to explain the world to them. Hillary Clinton used her power, her light, to empower millions of other women across the world, showing what true leadership means. As Hillary Clinton put it in Beijing in 1994, I quote, "Women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights." Throughout your political life, Hillary, you therefore made it a priority to not exclude, but to listen, particularly to women, to those voices who were not heard, not as a soft power issue, but as hard security matters. You once described this approach like this, I quote, "I want to turn the interpersonal into the international, to see the person, to try to understand their sorrow, their pain, with empathy, particularly in times of war and crisis. Because we need to acknowledge each other's suffering if we want to end it, if we want lasting peace." I think that is exactly the kind of humanity we need now, when looking at the terrible violence that surrounds us, also in the Middle East. To see the suffering of Israelis, the raped woman, the baby who has been killed, people who were brutally attacked by Hamas on October 7th, and who have a right to defend themselves. But also see this terrible suffering of the civilian Gathas, the thousands of children who are not having a father anymore, not having a mother anymore, who grow up without their parents. People, children, who desperately need humanitarian aid. That is why we are working so hard for a humanitarian pause, to release all hostages and to bring in humanitarian aid now. Because we are humans. Or, as Holocaust survivor Margot Friedlander, who is with us tonight and sits directly next to Hillary Clinton, said, Margot Friedlander said, I quote, "There's no Christian, no Jews or Muslim blood. There's only human blood. Humanity is indivisible. Humanity is indivisible. Hillary, that has always been your approach, also in the darkest times. Your approach to the people, your approach to peace. Today, this approach shows in the films you produce with hidden lights. They shine light on those who cannot shine on their own. And that is the power of all of you here in this room, as filmmakers, actors, producers, cutters, and camera women. You have the ability to amplify people's voices, hidden lights. Lights and voices like that of Zarifa Ghafari in Hillary Clinton's documentary In Her Hands. Zarifa Ghafari once was the first female mayor of Afghanistan, standing up for thousands of others. When the Taliban took over, she had to flee her country. And I'm also grateful that Zarifa Ghafari is here with us tonight. That is why, as a foreign minister, as a female foreign minister, I'm honored to pay tribute to you, an extraordinary woman, an extraordinary politician, a world leader, Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton.